Eminem doubles down, and I say doubles down because Eminem has kind of sent shots at Diddy before, but on this, he really doubles down on it.
Let's talk about the filth that's starting to come out in the early days of the Diddy trial. This, of course, is P. Diddy. Surprise, surprise, he's a creep. Surprise, surprise, he's done.
Eminem has done it again, but this time his message is stronger than ever. This isn't just a sly jab or a hidden diss. No, Marshall Mathers has thrown down the gauntlet, calling out Sean Diddy Combs directly and accusing him of serious things. Greed, jealousy, and even darker claims that have been whispered in hip-hop for years are now being boldly shouted by the one artist who never fears the consequences. As his new album hits streaming platforms, both fans and critics are shocked by the boldness of his words. Eminem's latest lines aren't just songs, they are accusations, and they hit so hard that they make us wonder, has Diddy finally been trapped with no way out?
People are going to pass judgment, they're going to say what they want to say, and they're going to make their own conclusions of what.
The timing couldn't be more brutal. Diddy is already weighed down by legal issues, raids, explosive lawsuits, and constant scandals. Once seen as a larger-than-life mogul who built Bad Boy into a billion-dollar empire, his reputation now seems to be crumbling, like a glass tower shattering from within. And just as it's starting to crack, Eminem throws his lyrical grenade right into the middle, drawing everyone's attention back to the darkest rumor of all, the claim that Diddy was behind Tupac Shakur's death. This isn't just a quiet conspiracy anymore. It's Eminem, a Detroit legend, boldly saying what was once only whispered.
To accomplish a lot of things, and I want to have a voice in hip-hop. I want to have a voice, I want to be able to speak, and people.
Eminem knows exactly what he's doing. This isn't about shock value or grabbing headlines. Asterisk, the death of Slim Shady Q DeGrasse asterisk is being talked about as something more than just an album. Industry insiders are whispering that it's a calculated act of revenge, a final reckoning aimed at the people Slim Shady has been waiting to confront for years. Every track carries a sense of justice, wrapped in fury. Fans remember a 2018 track where he half-jokingly teased that the day Diddy admits he put out the hit on Tupac would be the same day Slim would drop a bomb. Back then, he laughed it off. But now, in 2025, the irony is gone, and so is the laugh. This time, Eminem speaks with the weight of a man who's been keeping track. His lyrics are sharp, cutting deep. On his track Fuel asterisk, Eminem twists Diddy's name into a wordplay. But the message is crystal clear. R.I.P., Biggie and Shakur. Both of y'all should be living. Then comes the chilling turn. He suggests Diddy's possible involvement with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, the man now facing trial for Tupac's shooting. There's no mistaking it.
You to engage in all these freak-offs with him, and he sounds really pissed off.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know, you think you silent treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah, you'll have a rule.
We can't ignore the sharp sting of Antichrist asterisk, where Eminem takes Diddy's recent scandals and throws them into the spotlight. He references the infamous footage of Diddy's altercation with Cassie Ventura, dropping a line so harsh it feels designed to strip away any remaining shred of dignity. The imagery is cruel, mocking, and perfectly timed. CNN has already aired the hotel security video repeatedly, showing the world exactly what happened. By rapping about it,
this goes to show you how far the homosexual movement within hip-hop and sports still.
Insiders say Eminem has been building up to this moment for years. The death of Slim Shady isn't just about saying farewell to his alter ego, it's about finally exposing those he believes have tainted the culture. There are whispers of Eminem quietly compiling references and names, waiting for the right time to strike. And with Diddy now drowning in lawsuits and facing accusations of exploitation, the timing couldn't be more perfect. For fans who thought Eminem had softened with age, this album is a sharp reminder that his pen still cuts deep. By going after Diddy, he hasn't just started a fight, he's aimed straight for the jugular. What makes this even more damning is the talk of interference. Rumors are swirling that Diddy tried to stop the album from being released, using legal pressure and his industry influence. Some say he reached out to label executives, while others claim he threatened retaliation behind closed doors. But here's the thing. If he really had nothing to hide, why was he acting so desperately? Why try to bury these tracks? For many fans, those actions are the smoking gun, proof that Eminem's disses aren't just shots at Diddy, but could be dangerously close to the truth. And every time Diddy's team avoids questions or deletes a statement, the silence speaks louder than words. The impact on Diddy's image has been catastrophic. Once the slick mogul who could weather any storm, has now been exposed by Eminem, who stripped away the illusion and mocked the scandals. The rumors that once lingered in whispers are now front and center, brought to life in an album that's set to dominate the charts.
I'm sorry, I'm just like really, I'm in this moment right now. This is crazy. Sorry. People don't really know how much what it does to you when something that you love is taken from you and thrown away like it don't even matter, and then they move on with their lives and you're stuck. You're stuck during those years. You're still stuck 21 years.
And still, the questions remain. What finally drove Eminem to unleash all of this now? Was it simply the perfect timing of Diddy's downfall? Or has Marshall Mathers been sitting on deeper knowledge, waiting for the right moment to strike a devastating blow? Some say it was the Cassie lawsuit that cracked the dam. Once the footage and testimony became public, Eminem knew the world was ready to listen. Others believe it's more personal, that Eminem has had his own hidden clashes with Diddy behind closed doors, battles we've never heard about.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking.
The reaction to Antichrist has been nothing short of seismic. The track isn't just a song. It's like a courtroom drama packed into 3 minutes, with Eminem as the prosecutor and Diddy in the dock. Fans flooded social media, posting clips of the lyrics alongside the leaked hotel footage of Diddy chasing Cassie down a hallway, as if Marshall had written the soundtrack to his rival's downfall. Some listeners praise him as fearless, saying no other artist has had the guts to bring these accusations into rhyme. But others warn he may have gone too far, reminding us of the long-standing rumors about Diddy's intimidation tactics, how rivals who got too close to his secrets ended up silenced in ways that were never fully explained. The question hangs heavy. By pointing the finger so directly, has Eminem put himself on the same dangerous list? Industry veterans are divided. Promoters, managers, even producers who worked in both the East and West Coast scenes in the 90s are echoing the same tension. On one hand, Eminem is being hailed as the conscience of hip-hop, dragging hidden truths into the light at a time when the culture is demanding accountability. On the other, there's fear. Fear that history could repeat itself.
But it just seems very suspicious when you go through and you look at in the history of different people that can make you go away if listen, I've worried about some of the things.
Cass's role in all of this can't be overlooked. Her lawsuit, her testimony, and the shocking video footage have cracked open the carefully crafted narrative Diddy had spent years protecting. When she came forward in 2023, it seemed like just another scandal that might quietly fade away after a settlement. But Eminem didn't let it fade. By bringing her story into his bars, he made sure the images of that hotel hallway will be etched into hip-hop history. Was this his way of amplifying her voice, standing with the woman who dared to speak out against one of the most powerful figures in music?
I think that they don't want, if they was in any of those freak-off tapes, if they played a part in any of those Diddy sessions, they don't want it to get out to the general public to make a...
Cass's case has stirred more than just headlines. It sparked a chain reaction that reaches deep into the heart of Diddy's empire. Her lawyers didn't just accuse him of mistreatment. They spoke of threats, explosions, and years of manipulation. The mysterious destruction of Kid Cudi's car, once a whispered rumor, became a crucial detail after Eminem referenced it in *Bad One*, making everything connect. The lawsuit, the footage, the threats, and now the lyrics all seem to point in the same direction, making Diddy's downfall feel less like speculation and more like an inevitable truth. With Eminem drawing attention to these details, the ripple effect has spread to the legal system. Homeland Security's raid on Diddy's homes earlier this year was big news, but now, as Eminem ties him to Tupac's unsolved case, the pressure is building. Some insiders believe the cultural shift Eminem has triggered might embolden new witnesses to come forward, pushing investigators to reopen old files. If Eminem can speak out, others might finally break their silence, and we could be witnessing the first tremors of a much larger upheaval.
Or didn't he? Well, if he didn't, he's got a lot to explain. Well, apparently what Diddy's done now, which is a very interesting thing, is he's on the offensive of sorts. That's right, Sean Diddy Combs has initiated a $100 million defamation lawsuit.
None of this has gone unnoticed in Diddy's camp. Sources close to him describe frantic late-night calls, legal threats, and attempts to scrub his digital footprint, but fans are quicker to screenshot and repost than he can erase. The mogul, once the master of controlling the narrative, now finds himself unable to steer the conversation. Every apology deleted from his social media, every no comment from his team, only deepens the suspicion that Eminem's lyrics hit too close to the truth. It's the silence between the statements that speaks the loudest. For a man who once seemed untouchable, the psychological weight of this downfall is staggering. Diddy built his empire on control of artists, of the charts, of every room he entered. Watching that image crumble in real time, with Eminem's verses amplifying every accusation.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm...
The humiliation cuts even deeper because it's all happening in public. It's one thing to deal with investigations privately, behind closed doors with lawyers and advisors. But it's another to have those same allegations immortalized in music, blasted across streaming platforms, shared in TikTok clips, and picked apart by millions of strangers. The power dynamic has completely flipped. Where Diddy once controlled the spectacle,
we'll create another Epstein for him. It would be a nightmare. And last and certainly not least, the GOP is already struggling with female voters. And they're not all lefties. There are young conservative women who aren't in love with Trump or MAGA. There are. And this will not help. It's very clear. We all saw the videotape of him beating the hell out.
The danger, of course, lies in what happens when that corrosion reaches its breaking point. Industry insiders whisper that Diddy is swinging between quiet despair and moments of defiance, torn between retreating into silence or lashing out with whatever influence he has left. We've seen similar patterns in other fallen icons, the frantic attempts to reassert dominance and the erratic behavior that only accelerates their downfall. The more Eminem paints him as a villain in the public eye, the fewer escape routes remain. At some point, Diddy may feel he has nothing left to lose, and that's when the most unpredictable decisions are made. The looming threat of prison adds another layer to this psychological spiral. Once revered as the ultimate tastemaker, Diddy now faces the possibility of being reduced to an inmate number. His empire, once a symbol of power, now dissolves into courtroom transcripts and seized assets. For a man whose identity was built on success, luxury, and control, the prospect of losing it all is not just punishment, it's the annihilation of self.
I don't buy for a minute that he's going to prison without getting out of here somewhere and stashing $2 billion or whatever. I think he has that kind of power, meaning Sean himself. But remember, it goes a lot deeper.
The specter of confinement looms over every appearance, each court date serving as a reminder that his future could hold walls he can't talk his way out of. And if Eminem's album accelerates that downfall, the humiliation will feel even sharper. This is why the stakes not only by prosecutors but by an psychological collapse of a man like Diddy isn't a quiet affair. It sends shockwaves, affecting everyone around him and potentially sparking desperate actions. Will he try to claw back his narrative with one last bold move, or retreat into isolation, plotting a more calculated counterattack? Both paths are fraught with risk, and as Eminem's lyrics continue to echo through the culture, we're left wondering whether Diddy is spiraling toward surrender, or headed for an eruption no one can predict. The industry itself is reeling. Younger artists, some of whom grew up idolizing both men, now find themselves forced to take sides. Do they align with Eminem, whose reputation as an uncompromising truth-teller has been reignited, or do they remain loyal to Diddy, whose undeniable influence in shaping hip-hop's golden era still looms despite the scandals? Already, we're seeing subtle jabs in interviews, cryptic posts on social media, and sudden collaborations that seem designed to signal allegiance. The battlefield isn't just lyrical, it's cultural, and every move feels like a strategic piece in a much larger game.